Good afternoon. My name is First Lieutenant Pechtel, and I am a legal assistance attorney here in the Legal Assistance Office aboard Marine Corps Base Hawaii, Kaneohe Bay. Two services we provide here in the office are wills and powers of attorney. Today I'm going to give you some information that may help you in deciding whether or not these services are right for you. It is important to note that watching this video does not make me your attorney. That would not happen until you became a client of this office and you spoke with an attorney about your case. Okay, let's first discuss wills. A will is a legal document that takes effect when you die. The main purpose of a will is to dispose of your property and make arrangements for family members. In your will, you can make many important decisions, including the following. Decide who gets your property and how it will be shared. Decide who will make sure your will is properly carried out when you die. Make a recommendation as to who should serve as guardian for any minor children or persons under a disability. Decide who will control property left to minor children and how old those children must be in order to fully inherit the property. Okay, let's first discuss wills. A will is a legal document that takes effect when you die. The main purpose of a will is to dispose of your property and make arrangements for family members. In your will, you can make many important decisions, including the following. Decide who gets your property and how it will be shared. Decide who will make sure your will is properly carried out when you die. Make a recommendation as to who should serve as guardian for any minor children or persons under a disability. Decide who will control property left to minor children and how old the children must be in order to fully inherit the property. However, not everyone may need a will. If you die without a will, a law in the state of your principal place of residence called the intestate statute will control how your property will be disposed of. Generally, intestate statutes maintain preference for near relatives. A common intestate statute provides for the following line of succession: surviving spouse, children, parents, brothers and sisters and their lineal descendants, grandparents and their lineal descendants, next of kin, and if no next of kin, then to the state. Accordingly, if you are single with no children, without much property, and it is your desire that everything go to your parents upon your death, this will most likely happen even if you do not have a will. The same thing if you are married, but don't have much property and don't have any kids, and want everything to go to your spouse. On the other hand, if you have kids, have a lot of property, own part of a business, and or want to disinherit someone, you most likely need a will. In order to determine whether you need a will, you should speak with one of our attorneys, an attorney from another Department of Defense legal assistance office, or a civilian attorney of your own selection. It is important to know that a will has to be voluntary. No one can force you to get one. Also, your SGLI and or death gratuity is not controlled by your will, but by the SGLI form and your record of emergency data. It is a good idea to keep these updated. Finally, the last will you properly executed, also known as your last will and testament, will remain valid until you revoke it or execute a new one. Accordingly, you probably want to reevaluate your will anytime you are married, divorced, have a child, adopt a child, or significantly increase your wealth. Along with a will, you should also consider whether you want a living will and or a medical power of attorney. A living will is a document that instructs the doctor to remove all life support in the event that you are near death and in a persistent vegetative state from which you will not recover. A medical power of attorney is a document that contains the name of the person you want to make your health care decisions in the event that you are incapacitated or cannot make them yourself. If you desire a will, living will, medical power of attorney, or any combination of the three, please stop by the Marine Corps Base Hawaii Legal Assistance Office during normal business hours and pick up a will worksheet. Once you have filled it out, return it to the Legal Assistance Office and we will review it and then schedule a will review date followed by a will execution date. Please let us know of any timelines you are under, specifically an upcoming deployment date. It generally takes 10 to 16 days from the day you turn in your will worksheet to the day you execute your will. Now, let's talk about powers of attorney. A power of attorney allows a person to give legal permission for another person to act on his or her behalf. There are 4 types of powers of attorney that we provide in our office. a general power of attorney, which gives a person broad and unlimited permission to act just as you could, a special power of attorney, which gives a person only limited permission to act for you. The permissive acts must be specifically outlined in the document. A durable power of attorney, a power of attorney that remains in effect even if you became legally incompetent. Power of attorney for the care of children, also known as an in loco parentis, which allows a person to act on behalf of your children. Just like wills, powers of attorney must be voluntary. However, unlike wills, powers of attorney are only valid for as long as stated in the document, which is rarely over 2 years. Additionally, there is no law that requires a person or company to accept a power of attorney. To protect against this, executing a special power of attorney as opposed to a general power of attorney greatly enhances the likelihood that the power of attorney will be accepted. Many organizations even require their own special power of attorney. Aside from this benefit, special powers of attorney are much safer than general powers of attorney. A general power of attorney in the wrong hands can absolutely devastate someone's financial health. For example, a person can max out multiple credit cards, purchase a few vehicles, and even take out student loans. To protect against this, use a special power of attorney. Although we will create any special power of attorney that you desire if we don't have it on file, as long as it is lawful, we keep the following standard special powers of attorney: for a city, real estate purchase, real estate lease termination, real estate property management, real estate obtain lease, real estate refinance, real estate sell, automobile pickup, automobile purchase, automobile sale, automobile shipping, automobile use and registration, title transfer, bill of sale, banking, shipping and receiving of household goods, ID and DIRs, taxes, and pets, which is essentially an in loco parentis for your animals. If you have more questions about powers of attorney, you may want to sit down with one of our attorneys. During this video, I have discussed wills and powers of attorney. For information about these services or any of the services we provide, please stop by our office, contact us at 808-257-6738, or go to our website, which is located at www.marinecorpshawaii.usmc.mil/sjA/sjala.htm. Thank you for your time, and good luck to you. Semper Fidelis.